Good evening, fuckers. We are back with the next Train Simulator Classic request video, and this one is a request from MikkDC. Indeed, this is the request that I was expecting him to make, right off the bat, as soon as he heard that I had the Midland mainline network. So for this one, we are starting at Leicester, and our original destination is Nottingham. However, once we have done that, the train will then go on to its next service, and we will go on from Nottingham to Derby. So it's effectively 2 runs in one video. Now, I've selected Nottingham slow because, I mean, it's not a vast distance we're covering, Leicester to Nottingham, and also I don't think there are a great deal of stations along this route. So we will be stopping at 2 stops along the way. We'll stop at Loughborough and also at East Midlands Parkway. As for when we are doing the Nottingham to Derby run, I'm not sure what stops we'll do for that one, but we'll definitely do 1 stop en route for that section. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Now, as far as the train, yeah, it's the one that I had a feeling it would be. It is the Class 45. So for the actual train itself, we are pulling 7 Mark II coaches. That is a passenger service. And as far as the specifics, it's spring, it's clear, and it's 11 AM. Okay, well, that is the setup. Let's get things underway. And here we are, definitely cropping out that loading. That took quite a while. So, here is our Class 45 at Leicester Station. So Nottingham, it's just over 27.5 miles away, so it's not exactly a long old distance. So I don't mind the fact that I've set this up to be a slow train. So let's let any passengers on or off, and while that's happening, let's get the locos set up, which is not going to take a great deal of doing. That is it, yeah. Not the most feature heavy of cabs. Let's take a look. Yeah, doors have just closed, so let's get underway. So as always, 15 mph limit as we pull away from this major station. So the old Class 45, I can't deny I'm not the biggest fan of the 45 in terms of visually. I don't like the short stubby nose part here. I like the extended front when it's like a full size one, like you get on the 40, the 37, even the 55. But yeah, this very short one that you get on the 44, 45 and 46, not so keen on. So we're on a 90 section, but we are not on it for long because we are going to be changing, going over the points onto the other line. So I think this line it's moving us to is the slow line. So I did choose the slow route. But yeah, despite the fact that I'm not keen on it aesthetically, to drive, it's one of the best diesels in the game. It's a great train to drive. Right, so we're in the 50 zone. Let's get some speed up as we pass these 222. There is quite the yeah, difference between the two trains here. Let's take it up to full throttle. So the Class 45 is a Type 4, engine power of 2,500 horsepower. Quite an unusual engine actually for a locomotive, because it is a 4-stroke engine. It is a Salzer engine, 12-cylinder. But yeah, it being a 4-stroke is unexpected. Oh, some real hefty FPS drop there. But the reason I just knew that the Class 45 was going to be chosen by MikkDC is not just that I know he's a big fan of this loco, but the Class 45 almost single-handedly managed to save the entire Midlands mainline network. It was in a dreadful state, and the first loco that really sort of gave it any kind of future was the Class 40, because the 40 was somewhat unreliable, to put it mildly, especially in the early days. So it wasn't until the Class 45 was introduced onto the line that we started to have a reliable train, and a pretty fast one. This thing can go up to 90 and it can do it with very little effort. And we are pulling 7 coaches, and yeah, Class 45 could do that no problem at all. Ooh, rather overdone the throttle a bit there. Get the trackside view straight away. So, Siston is the first station. We'll just go straight through that one. I'm pretty sure after Siston is Loughborough, which is our first stop. So the the Class 45 actually ran on this line for a considerable length of time, and they were still Class 45s running on here when the Class 43 high-speed train got introduced to the Midlands main line. And that reminds me, even though I still can't get that freeware Bedford to Leicester route to work, I do have an alternative. So we can already do London to whatever Midlands town you want. We can start at King's Cross, and take the East Coast main line as far as Newark, and then at Newark we can change station, yeah, change the line and take the Midlands main line from there. So it's not how I plan to do it, but it's still good enough. Look at this tiny little station here. Yeah, that is Syston Station, and it does look very much like it is just that one platform. It's on just one side. Not sure where that turning goes. I suspect it's a turning that or to a route that I have on the Midlands main line somewhere. I'm just not sure whereabouts. Soon entering a 65 mph section. Again, I've overdone the throttle. I do keep miscalculating the rate of acceleration on this thing. Right, so now we're in the 65 zone. We'll put it up to full throttle. Certainly won't be staying at full throttle for very long. So, another station which I certainly wasn't expecting. So is this Sileby? Sileby? However it's pronounced. That's the next station. Again, we'll just go straight through it. I mean, look at it, tiny little thing. Looks very much like this is another area where a class 153 or class 121 would be a good choice for doing yeah, doing like, you know, commuter runs. But at the moment it looks like we're going through an avoiding line, but I mean clearly we're not, because otherwise it wouldn't be marked on the route display there. So here is Sileby or Sileby station, however it's pronounced. Hopefully someone will let us know. I have long since given up on trying to get any kind of interaction in the comments, so I'm not asking anybody to tell us. We do need to throttle up a bit. We've lost 5 mph. So Barrow upon Soar, next station, not to be confused with Barrow in Furness. And Jesus Christ again. I'm seriously racking up the speeding errors on this run. Not sure what this place is. Could be a mine of some kind. In fact, yeah, it does look very much like a mine. because there's no shortage of mining collieries in this part of England. Right, we'll throttle up, but we're definitely not going to be going full throttle because, yeah, I just keep speeding every time I do that. So yeah, here we are, Barrow Saw, and that was the station. I mean, yeah, it really was not much there at all. So we have a speed decrease in just under a mile and a half, back down to 50. It looks like 65 is going to be the max speed on this line. Although, yeah, say Leicester to Nottingham is not a particularly long distance, so yeah, you can see why it isn't overly fast. So we'll throttle right down. So Loughborough is the next station, so that is our first stop. I thought it was going to be a bigger station than it is. It's looking like it's fairly small. Hopefully we'll get all 7 carriages on there. So we're fine as far as this 50 speed limit that's coming up. In fact, our max speed goes up to 75 once we have left Loughborough station. So we're fine as far as the 40 MP8 section, although we will be slowing down further, seeing as we are stopping here. Brush there, that is brush traction, the locomotive manufacturer. I think this 45 that we're in is a brush traction loco. I'll let the front overrun a little bit, but I think the rear carriage is not going to quite be on the station. No. So here we are at Loughborough. I did select the doors, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing very much. Yeah, none of the doors opened. Oh well, those of you who wanted to get off at this station, I'm afraid you're shit out of luck. Onwards. So our next stop is East Midlands Parkway. Didn't really get the chance to look around Loughborough while we were here. But, oh, there it is. Okay. So we coast for a little bit until we hit 75. Yeah, enter the 75 zone. Don't think we'll be going too far before we actually reach East Midlands Parkway. I think it is going to be the next station. So we're in the 75 zone now. So we're at 75. Try and keep our speed at a constant, but yeah, that is always easier said than done. So, speed decrease coming up to, yeah, dropping down to 50, and that is why East Midlands Parkway is right there. There's that power station there as well. I can't remember the name of the power station, but yeah, I knew it was there, but yeah, I've forgotten the name of the bloody thing. I think it's fair to say I did start braking a bit early. We have another 222. So we have the flashing yellows. That won't be until, yeah, the turning that it's flashing for isn't until after we have left East Midlands Parkway. So there is our single flashing yellow. So again, the last coach hasn't quite been able to fit onto the station. At least the door's open this time. So yeah, here we are at East Midlands Parkway, which to be honest I thought was the Parkway for East Midlands Airport. Yeah, clearly you're not going to be building an airport anywhere around here. Right, doors all shut. Let's get back underway. So we'll treat this section as a 40 because we really don't have very far to go before yeah, we are in that 40 mph zone. So this is quite a major junction that we are approaching, and when we do the Nottingham to Derby leg of this particular run, we will be back here, but of course we'll be seeing it from a very different angle. So this is where the goods loop for that power station rejoins the main line. So here we are crossing the Trent. I have not been paying attention. Way too fast. So this here is the stretch where, yeah, we'll be back here again, but yeah, we'll be coming in from Nottingham and going pretty much, well, straight from east to west, as we are seeing it here, as we go from here to well, yeah, as we will be going from Nottingham to Derby. Again, frames per second, really taking a caning here. So we're into the 70 zone. Let's get this throttle right up. So that line that's just joined us there, that's the line we will be on, that is going from Nottingham to Derby. So this part we're on now, and for, yeah, say the next 7 miles, that'll be the first 7 miles of the next part of this run. Attenborough station, will not be stopping there. Yeah, the lovely sewage works there. I can just imagine what yeah, the water here is like. Here is Attenborough station. I wonder if it is anything to do with David or Richard. And they were brought up in this area. I think it was more Leicester than here. This is near, yeah, much nearer Nottingham. So, Beeston station fast approaching. 50, 40, 50. I think it'll be safe if we just treat that whole area as a 40. That is the approach to Nottingham station. I think we've got, yeah, no problems getting down to 40 mph in time. There we go. No problem at all. Get ourselves down to 25, and we need to do it a bit sharpish, certainly a bit more lively than we are at the moment. There we go, so 15, no problem. Platform 3 is showing us clear. Certainly shouldn't have any problems getting the entire train on this platform. Yeah, easily done. So 11:36, and here we are at Nottingham. So that was Leicester to Nottingham, but of course that's not the actual end of the run. My number 2 driver will be able to take this off onto the reversing line, get it turned round while I am having some kind of tea break, and then this train will form the next service, which will be Nottingham to Leicester. So yeah, 4 speeding errors, not great. So let's get this one sorted out. So starting at Nottingham, and this time, yeah, we are off to Derby. So okay, that's the only change we really need to make. So let's see how we do with this run. Can't really do any worse than I did in yeah, that previous one. So here we are. So we've been moved to Nottingham platform 6, and our destination is Derby platform 3, and yeah, only 16 miles away. So it's not a particularly long journey, this one. It'll still give me ample opportunities to rack up speeding errors. So yeah, take a look around Nottingham here. This bridge actually that we are right in front of, or is right above us, yeah, this is where the Nottingham tramway runs. Shame that's not incorporated into the route, but well, you can't have everything. Right, so we are all set up. I guess we should let passengers on. Might be an idea. Right, we are now very much all set. Let's get underway. So for the first, say, 7 miles or so, we are going back the way we came. Not necessarily a bad thing, although hopefully the frames per second will be a bit better. It is a faint hope, but well, you never know. Now, one other thing I forgot to mention about this loco, it's a fairly rare sort of loco type. The wheel arrangement, it's a 1 Coco 1. So you can see on each end you have 1, 2, 3 pairs of driving wheels, but you also have a 4th pair of wheels, these ones are not powered. So the class 44, 45 and 46 were all 1 Coco 1. The only other loco that I am aware of that used that wheel arrangement is another loco that I have, and that's the class 40. And it was entirely due to the weight. This loco was a seriously heavy bloody lump, 133 tons. So yeah, it needed the additional wheels just to help sort of reduce the load that was on the three power axles. They're into a 50 mph zone, very soon into an 80 mph zone, which is yeah, that was very nice. Looks very much like it's put us on the fast lane here. I think it would have done on the yeah, the first leg, the Leicester to Nottingham leg, except I chose to have it put us on the slow one. So going up on Beeston again. Well, it's not the normal overhead view. This is the view we wanted as we go through Beeston Station. There she is. So, yeah. Beeston Station then. So, Attenborough is next. Again, already been through it once. Hoping to maintain our speed, but clearly let the throttle down too much. So yeah, there you go, Attenborough Station once more. So you can see the old power station in the distance there, but we won't be going past it this time. Well, yeah, okay, we will be going past it, but not anywhere near as close as we were on the previous run. We're going to have to start losing some speed here because, yeah, we've got a hefty old speed reduction down to 30. And we have the points coming up as well. I don't know if it's the 30 mph section or if it's that upcoming 10 mph section. think we're going to need to slow down a bit more rapidly than we are. So I think it's the 10 mph one that we are approaching, especially as this light has just turned green. I guess we are about to find out. There you go, my powers of prediction once again as immaculate as ever. I think we're going to turn off again here. Yep. So this is that sort of triangular junction. So that's the route that we came in from when we were coming up from Leicester. But now we are taking this way round because we are not heading back there. We are heading onwards to Derby. We're effectively doing the reverse Brian Clough as we are going from Nottingham to Derby. Should really be the other way round. I'm sure there are people in this area that would refer to the Derby to Nottingham route as the Brian Clough route. So I have no idea why this part here is so slow. Even though the 80 mph marker is there, I'm pretty sure we will be able to start throttling up to 80 as soon as the entire train is off these points, and yeah, the whole of it is on the main line. Maybe not while we're going over these points here though. So there you go, so we're now on a 70 section. Now I did say we will do one stop on this part, and Long Eaton looks like it's a fair sized station. And I don't know how many more stations there are going to be between here and Derby, seeing as we are looking at about 8.5 miles. So we will stop at Long Eaton Station. Doesn't exactly look like a station that gets a huge amount of use, and this platform is actually a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, it's only the front 4 coaches, but nevertheless, here we are then at Long Eaton Station. Doesn't look like anyone's getting... Actually, I think, yeah, a couple of people did get off. No one's got on here though. Oh no, someone actually got on. Can't believe it. Someone actually used this station. Two people. I really am stunned now. Right. Doors all shut. No more stops then between here and Derby, but it is only just over 8 miles. And we're actually entering a 100 mph section. Now, this train can't do 100. Well, not officially. I don't think this stretch is going to be long enough for us to actually try and get there, but I mean, we'll give it a go. Goes up to 115. Well, we're certainly not going to be doing that sort of speed. This must be, these speeds must be set here, because once we leave Derby station, I can't remember if it's the Arawash Valley or if it's the Derwent Valley, but it's one of those two, which takes us up to Sheffield. So max speed goes down to 100 and then down to 85 as we pass Spondon station. So 86, and by the sounds of it, from the engine sounds behind us, we're approaching the sort of upper limits of what this engine has, but we're still accelerating at a decent rate. But I do have to ease off because, yeah, we are going to need to do 85 at the other side of this station that we are approaching. We are fine there now. So yeah, here we are, Spondon Station. I've never heard of it. It's a stupid name, but nevertheless, that was it. We have another drop down to 75, and then a further drop down to 55. Considering Derby is yeah, it's about 2 miles away, I'm not surprised that we have all of these speed reductions. There is Derby station on the route display. Get our speed down. We'll continue going down beyond 55 because, yeah, we've got this 30 section here. So double yellow, that is absolutely fine. Quite a major sort of freight yard on the approach to Derby station. Certainly see why the yeah, approach speed is only 25. It's quite a sharp turn. Sharp enough if it was just the turn, but of course it's points as well. This will do quite nicely. So there we are, that is the second part. That was Nottingham to Derby. So yeah, both runs. So we start with Leicester to Nottingham, and then the second run Nottingham to Derby, all done in the class 1, the class 45. It's a great loco to drive, and it's two decent routes. The FPS issue is becoming a bit of a pain, but yeah, I'm sure I can do something about that at some point. And no speeding errors at all on that final run. I mean, admittedly it wasn't even 20 miles, but nevertheless, the fact that I was able to do a run without any speeding errors, I will certainly take. So there we are. That was yeah, Leicester to Nottingham, and then Nottingham to Derby in the class 45. Good stuff. Right, so yeah, that is this video done, and we will see you at the next one.